Zoom in. Where is my zoom in? I can try it this way. Better?
Yeah.
Thank you. So verse number 47 from chapter 6 of Canto 4. This is Lord Brahmaji's glorifying Lord Shiva. Prathak dhiya karma drisho durasheha paradyo enarpit hridya rajo anisham pranadru ter vitudanti aruntudas tan mavadhid daiva vadhan bhavad vidha Prithag diha karma drisho durasheha parodyon enarpita hirderjo anisham pranadrukter vitudanti aruntudas tanamavadhid daivavadana bhavad vidha Prithag diha karma drisho durasheha Paryoden arpita hirdi rajo anisham Pranadurukter vitudanti aruntudas tanmavati daivadhana bhavat vidha. Synonyms. Prithak, differently, dhiya, those who are thinking, karma, fruitive activities, drisha, observer, durasheha, mean-minded, par udena, by others' flourishing condition, arpit, given up, hrit, hot, ruja, anger, Anisham always, Paran others, Durukate harsh words, Vitudanti gives pain, Aruntuda by piercing words, Tan onto them, Ma not, Avadhit kill, Daiva by providence, Badhan already killed, Bhavat you, Vidha like. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Persons who observe everything with differentiation, who are simply attached to fruitive activities, who are mean-minded, who are always pained to see the flourishing condition of others, and who thus give distress to them by uttering harsh and piercing words, have already been killed by providence. Thus, there is no need for them to be killed again by an exalted personality like you. Report. Persons who are materialistic and always engaged in fruitive activities for material profit cannot endure seeing the flourishing life of others. Except for a few persons in Krishna consciousness, the entire world is full of such envious persons who are perpetually full of anxieties because they are attached to a material body and are without self-realization. Since their hearts are always filled with anxiety, it is understood that they have already been killed by providence. Thus, Lord Shiva, as a self-realized Vaishnava, was advised not to kill Daksha. The Vaishnava is described as para dukha dukhi, because although he's never distressed in any condition of life, he's distressed to see others in a distressed condition. Vaishnava therefore should not try to kill by any action of the body or mind, but should try to revive the Krishna consciousness of others out of compassion for them. The Krishna conscious movement has been started to deliver the envious persons of the world from the clutches of Maya. And even though devotees are sometimes put into troubles, they push on the Krishna conscious movement in all tolerance. Lord Chaitanya advises, Pranadapi Sunichena, Taroravi Sahishana, Manina Manadena, Kirtani Satahari. One can chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking himself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than the tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige and ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Shiksha 3. A Vaishnava should follow the examples of such Vaishnava as Haridas Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu, and also Lord Jesus Christ. There is no need to kill anyone who has already been killed. But it should be noted here with that a Vaishnava should not tolerate the blaspheming of Vishnu or Vaishnavas, although he should tolerate personal insults to himself. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmritam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamham Dadati Swavatantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Tam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadhutam Parijana Samitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Mitam Cha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagat Prate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate. Bhakta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Paranamami. Vansh Kalpataru Kripa Sindhu Vicha Patitanam Pamnebhyo Vaishnava. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasa Adi Gaura Bhaktaganda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram. So we welcome all the Vaishnavas to this morning discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam. We're reading from Canto 4, Chapter 6, verse 47. Brahmaji is satisfying Lord Shiva. So what's the context? Lord Shiva's was insulted. If Mother Sati was insulted, which means Lord Shiva was insulted in that assembly of Daksha Prajapati. Sacrifice is being performed by all these very exalted sages and demigods under the command of Daksha Prajapati. And Mother Sati was humiliated. And she invoked fire and she left her body. And Lord Shiva came to know. He he got angry from his hair. He dispatched his companion Veerbhadra. And Veerbhadra went to the sacrificial arena and destroyed everything. Destroyed all the paraphernalia of the sacrificial arena. And he took the body parts of many of these sages who were assembled there. Somebody's ear, somebody's eyes, somebody's mouth, moustaches. And When demigods and sages and priests of the sacrificial, they came to know that we're losing in every way. We cannot fight. We're getting killed. They immediately approached Lord Brahmaji and to find a solution. So Lord Brahmaji, here we see in this particular chapter, in the first few verses, he very intelligently, very carefully, he first is chastising all these priests and sages and demigods of the sacrificial arena that what is your mistake? Why you're suffering now? Because you have made a mistake or disrespecting Mother Sati, therefore disrespecting Lord Shiva. This is your heinous mistake. By declaring that Lord Shiva will not be part of the sacrificial offerings, this is your grave mistake, because Lord Shiva is so powerful that he can destroy not only all the demigods when he gets angry, but he can destroy all the planetary systems. So Lord Brahmaji gave them a hint of Lord Shiva's power on theoretical basis. They haven't seen yet, but and then he requests that why don't all of you come with me? Because I still feel that if you feel morose, that you have made a heinous mistake, you approach Lord Shiva with humble mood and he will forgive you. So very intelligently, Lord Shiva asked all the priests and the sages and the attendant of the sacrificial arena who came to see. He said, let's all go to home of Lord Shiva, which is Kailash. And I was very happy to hear. This is my first time also reading the glories of Kailash, home of Lord Shiva. And I was amazed to hear 25 verses, 25, 26 verses of glorifying the mountain of Kailash, Lord Shiva's home. So I was meditating why Lord Brahmaji had to give them this guided tour of Kailash. So that's also a lesson that Lord Brahmaji is giving to all the demigods, that please understand Lord Shiva's position by understanding his home, how opulent is mountain of Kailash, these beautiful lakes and the best of the worlds of the planetary system, the best of the lakes, the best of the grasses and flowers and caves and everything best in this material universe is all present in Kailash. The Parijata trees and everything is present. That's the opulence of Lord Shiva's home. And then it culminates into showing all the guests of Lord Brahmaji, showing them this wonderful banyan tree, which is 800 miles high and 600 miles wide. And underneath that kind of tree, Lord Shiva is sitting with who? Four Kumaras and Shila Narad Muni. And they're having their Krishna Katha. That's the assembly. That's the scene that Lord Brahmaji is bringing everyone to show them the opulence of Lord Shiva, his home and his presence. His guest list is who? 4 Kumaras and Shri Narad Muniji. And there, Lord Brahmaji, when meets Lord Shiva gets up and he pays his obeisances to Lord Brahmaji. Shri Narad Muni pays his obeisances. So that's a beautiful lesson for all of us, that when guests come, especially senior devotees come, our um, um, our respect to them is shown on the body level also, from the mind also. So the respect is given. And Lord Brahmaji started praising Lord Shiva. So this verse 47 is part of that block of verses. Lord Brahmaji is praising Lord Shiva. He's actually used the word, Lord Shiva, you are Jakato Yuni Vijayo. Jagato Yoni Vijayo. You are the mother. Yoni means mother and Bij is father. Bij given, seed giving father. You are the mother and father of this universe. And the Varnashram system is running under you. The sacrificial process, performing the sacrifices, is also orchestrated by you under the direction, under the supervision of Daksha. That's the first time Lord Brahmaji used the word Daksha. In a very subtle way, that Lord Shiva, you have arranged Daksha to head this department of performing sacrifices. More or less saying, like, he's your man. Daksha is your man. And in this particular verse, we see what I wanted to speak a little bit on this is these 3 words, Durukteha Vitudanti Arantudha. Lord Brahmaji is saying, people who are attached to fruitive activities are mean-minded. Durashaya, mean-minded. What do? They use harsh words, which gives pain. And those words are piercing words, Aruntudha. So Lord Brahmaji is sharing with Lord Shiva that this Daksha Prajapati falls in this category, that he has used harsh words, piercing words for his daughter, Mother Sati, and for you, Lord Shiva. And those kind of people and his subordinates, the other sages present in the assembly, they all use these harsh words to insult Mother Sati and you, Lord Shiva. And these kind of souls, them and others also in this world, who give pain to others by using harsh words and piercing words, they are already killed. Atmaha, they already killed by the will of the providence. So if somebody is already killed, what to kill him now? What more to do? That's what the indication of this verse is. So Lord Brahmaji, in one sense, it is straightforward, but um, 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 in some ways, he's mentioning Lord Shiva that now there is no need to kill Daksha and all his associates, because they are already killed, because they have the mentality of using these harsh words. So we see this happening um, all along in the scriptures and today, and in our own hearts, that we see example of Shishupal, how he used harsh words against Lord Krishna. He said, "You are a, you're a, you're a cowherd boy. You're a thief. You steal butter and other things from people's home. You deceive people. You're not straightforward." Shishupal used very piercing words to disrespect Krishna in that assembly of Yudhishthira Maharaj, when Lord Krishna was given the first offering of the sacrificial arena of the Rajsuya Yagya. Shishupal became envious, just like here Daksha Prajapati became envious of Lord Shiva. So when we become envious of others' opulence, then we make these ghastly offenses. We see example of Karna and Dushashan, how they Karna using the word for Draupadi. No, these are all relatives. The other thing is Shishupal is cousin of Lord Krishna. Draupadi, Kauravas and Pandavas are brothers. But we see here how harsh how the language. Karna is using the word almost like saying, Draupadi, you're a prostitute. We have brought you in one cloth in the court here, but because you have 5 husbands, therefore it doesn't even matter even if you don't have one cloth. If you're naked, it's okay, because you're already shameless. So what to shame here in the court? These are harsh and piercing words, especially publicly. What Daksha Prajapati did is also publicly. What Shishupal did is publicly. And what Karna is doing, saying publicly. When harsh words and piercing words, even privately, are very damaging to the relationship. But publicly, we lose respect in this world and in other worlds also. And we see these kind of examples continue when Srila Prabhupada was giving lecture in Melbourne. We hear wonderful stories of Prabhupada, but then also these people in Australia in a university program, some Christians came in the auditorium and they actually insulted Srila Prabhupada very badly by using harsh words. They even went after the car and Prabhupada was leaving, and they were trying to stone the car and throwing paint and this and that. So sometimes these piercing words are physical. You use the words. Sometimes they're mental. They're subtle. It generally starts with mental. We start becoming envious in our mind. And at some point, that mind speaks up, and then you use words. Back in the initial days, when His Holiness Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and some other devotees, Niranjan Swami Maharaj, they were distributing books in Russia. During those times, many Russian devotees were imprisoned and humiliated. They were told that you are mentally hijacked by these Krishna people, so you must go to a psychiatric hospital. And then later in 2011, we saw they were trying to ban Bhagavad Gita as it is in Russia. And there was a lot of piercing words used by the attorneys of the system, the prosecutors. And most recently, we see example of Bangladesh, how many devotees and temples, our Sanatan Dharmas devotees are being prosecuted. So this this particular episode of Daksha Prajapati insulting his own daughter because he's envious of Lord Shiva's powers and opulence is very instructive for all of us, for every one of us, no matter who we are. We also have small Daksha Prajapati sitting in our own hearts. And we need to hear instructions of Lord Brahmaji, how kindly he's helping to build this bridge to get back the life of many of these sages who lost their respect and bodies in the sacrificial arena, including Lord Daksha Prajapati. So coming verses are also very beautiful. Yeah, we'll stop here. 2-3 minutes if somebody wants to give some reflection. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Dear Grandpa.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day and weekend ahead. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord. We also will offer these prayers to our dear Amrish Prabhu, who is in critical condition, but has come out of the ventilator support. So the prayers are helping for the devotees. Let's chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama
Jai
Rama.
Singho, Jai Singho, Jai Singho, Prahlade, Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Pinta, Ugraviram,
Ugraviram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukham Narsingham Vishnam Bhadram Mrityu Namamyam.
Bhagwan ki jai Prahlad.
Jai Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the son of Vaishnavas, one checkle.
Panchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhave
Chapatitanam,
Titanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Vaishnavinda ki
Ki Jai,
Parampara Bhagavatam
Ki
ki
Jai,
Srila Prabhupada
Ki Jai.
Gaur Premanande.
Hari 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 Bol.
Thank you.